Well, good morning on this breezy Saturday morning, mid-morning. Rachel and I are here today at the windy Snake River Trail Junction Trailhead on the Snake River. We just had a windstorm blow through the other day and we're still kind of feeling the after effects of that. We are about 30 miles upriver of the Ice Harbor Dam Trailhead, where I made a short video there about some of the geology. The Snake River Trailhead is a Discover Pass required site, so you need to buy a Discover Pass in order to park here. It's a fairly popular boat launch site. There's a boat launch ramp down that ramp there, so lots of easy access to the Snake River here, or it's Snake River, but it's also Lake Sacagawea because it's dammed, so it's not a free-flowing river anymore. But on satellite images, it looks like there's some interesting outcrops both north and south of the parking site here. And I think we'll go north and just see what's around the bend there. We hit our first outcrop of basalt here on the trail, not too far from the trailhead. It's still within sight behind me. And we'll just do a couple of initial impressions here. It looks like columns and then an entablature on top. So a nice little small section or a small representation of what the flood basalts look like. We've got, decent columns down here, and then the more hackly entablature up top. The basalt in this area is mostly Frenchman Springs, which I probably should have checked out the Better Know Basalt for it because I don't remember a lot about it, but it looks like we're pretty fine grained. There's, we're at the column entablature contact zone, so there's a little bit of vesiculation or vesicles. If we, check out one of these darker rocks here. It's hard to bend down with a baby. Let's see. Very vesicular. See some things winking in the sun here, but from this distance I can't tell what they are. Let's see, I'll zoom in. Or no, don't. Rachel wants to grab them. Oh, mostly a massive fine-grained basalt, which is common for the flood basalts. Picked up another sample, and there's definitely some secondary mineralization going on. You can see the red crystallization in there. Wouldn't be able to see what they are without a hand lens or a microscope, and hard to do that with a baby. But I don't know if they're zeolites or just a little bit of quartz or calcite infilling the vesicles. But I stopped at this area not far from where I just paused because there was a little more coloration and a lot more things winking in the sun. And I just wanted to check out what they were. We're in some massive columns now, and I thought I'd stop because it looks like this is the first feeder dike that I've seen of any reasonable size. There might have been a couple smaller ones that kind of, squeezed up between some columns, but this is several meters, maybe 1.5 meters wide or so. And it looks pretty similar to the overlying basalt unit up there, so maybe it's a feeder dike for the flow that goes on top of this colonnade. I'm not going to get super close, but we can pick up some stuff that fell down here. This is a bit weathered, but it does look different than the previous, darker aphanetic material. There's a bit more of a crystalline structure to it, so a little bit coarser. I think Rachel agrees. Oh, maybe not. There's a... I'm seeing a bit more of this red basalt, which is usually the oxidized contact zone. And this sample in particular is highly vesicular, lots of angular vesicles in there, and relatively light for its size, so I think it might be scoria. And looking up along the cliff wall here, way up there, right there, I can see a lot of red, so maybe that's where this material is coming from. It's a nice walk along the Snake River despite the wind. Nobody else out here right now. There's railroad tracks on the other side. And I think the Snake River, or this Columbia Plateau Trail, down there, or down here, there's another grade. I think that might have been an old railroad. And this was kind of the maintenance path along here. Or maybe this was the railroad and that was a path down there. But it's nice that they turned it into an easily accessible trail that goes quite a ways.